at each other rather than flanking or anything. There's a Turkish car under fire right now by Sean and his mates there. Bit far off though. Doesn't really connect any shots here. Oh, that was a hit. Yeah. Fanabush, 24, I think, if I saw that correctly.
And ironically enough, to talk about Hungary being able to use the swarm techniques here, we can talk about the siege of Kosovo in 1389 when Turkey actually Turkey actually managed to swarm the entirety of Kosovo, and it meant that Serbia lost complete power of that region. Not Wikipedia, by the way.
Not at all. I can see it on your phone from here, man. That does not really work. Next time we get a caster cam. Get a caster cam so we see what you actually Google on it. There's another drop coming in. All right, that might land right at the Turkish side here. Still 32-32. Nothing happened, but yeah.
Something happened.
I shouldn't say something like that because then at every single moment something happens.
Why you kill people like that?
Yeah, Benz, I'm so sorry. He got overrun by rules.
So we can say this, no one has been finished off, and Circle did go down south, which means that the whole idea of rotating around the north is kind of, well, it doesn't really matter too much anymore. But one thing that is, or could be relevant, is that right now, Turkey has 3 players south of the river. And it seems to me like Hungary has probably 4 or 5. Okay, they have 7. Or 5, make that. So whoever goes down south now, should the next circle go there? I mean, imagine if Hungary sends players all the way by Yasnaya and takes control of the south. If it crosses over to that side, for them to get over would be impossible.
All of that does not matter. If Hungary takes a chance now and actually tries to squeeze this now, like the Turkish army, the full Turkish army is at this spot here. And they got way more angles, right? I mean, they're over in the city. You see them there over the bridge. So they got more attack angles. Obviously, they got the drop, which is what they like. Yeah. But they can be shot from every direction. Look at this. There's Hungary all around them, basically.
Yeah.
Not all, because obviously not on the right side.
But that's what I'm saying. If they go down south as well, if they go even thinner, then it's going to be so hard for Turkey to go anywhere if this circle goes east or south, for that sake. Yeah, like, as soon as they have to cross back over the water, if they don't have people there already now, I would say, they have one guy down there, but if they don't have them down there now, taking control of those bridges, having to cross them with teams shooting at you in the same time is going to be pretty much, well, impossible. And you see they're already starting to flank on south.
Yeah, beautiful move. I like that. I want to see some flanking action. Yeah. That's what I missed in map 1. Obviously, Hungary is leading by 1, means if they take that, it's done and dusted for Turkey, then they're out. It'll be a bit sad. Seeing a team with such big support, and look at that drop.
Yeah, not your usual crate. The more, I think it's set up the way that the more teams you have on your squad, the better the loot from these care packages, or like flare gun care packages. So as you can see right there, very, 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 very stacked with items, and it's gonna help out not only 1, not only 2, not only 3, but 4 players, and not only getting great weapons, but also that level 3 gear. That's pretty damn useful in these games.
It definitely is, but we saw so much ammunition being wasted already, but not a single kill. And besides that one guy, besides that, yeah, that depends on. Besides that one guy that got knocked by his own teammate by a car, no one was even knocked.
No.
And that 12 minutes into the game.
Very different from the last game, but then again, it just takes that one little weird sort of position to really ignite everything, really. Like, right? I mean, it just takes the one team, one player to sort of call out there's something going on here, has a team rotate in one direction, and boom, all of a sudden you can lose half the players in a couple of minutes.
It really all goes down to how dedicated Hungary is to pull the strings now and just move on in. They definitely got more... Oh, look at that. They got more angles, and that circle puts them in a great... If they wait long enough now, outside the circle, wait for the rest of the Turkish team to move up, they can squeeze them in.
What does Turkey do here? Because they cannot allow... Look at this. I like the rotation we're getting up north, because if Hungary managed to take control of the north, then there is absolutely nothing Turkey can do other than hope that the circle goes down towards them later. Because look at the field and the open area they'd have to rotate through. That's going to be so difficult if multiple teams are shooting at them. So Vancy, actually, a really good idea by him. But he's kind of the only one executing it. And I do not think that's going to work against 32 players. They should have been up right there. Like, right off the bat, they should have sent people over to where Paladurug is right now and taken control of that. That would have completely pinned them down.
Yeah, they were a bit, like I said, they were not dedicated enough at that point. They were not brave enough to really put that to an end. And that might hurt them hard now. Look, due to the Turkish team, and I had to give it to them, That was quick reaction,
Yeah.
get one, rotation on point, immediately saw it. All right, guys, we need to do something. They're all in the circle now. Hungary's trailing, and Hungary loses all the advantages of the previous angles they created on the enemy.
Yes, that's the thing, right? Because now it's a straight, again, as we saw last game, straight west to east fight with no one really having the upper hand to a certain extent. Polaroid, that's a good shot right there. 2 shots to the chest. Vanti goes down, but again, with 11 people in that shack, should be able to get the rest up.
Yeah, but there might be a chance here to finish him off.
Ooh, 6 now is up with a nade in hand. That could be dangerous.
Cooked and thrown right in. Wait.
A bit too long.
Oh, that was nearly no damage at all, but there's another grenade. Flypie's still alive, though. Venti got picked up again. Rebens, that is a very important one. If they get Rebens out immediately, his squad had 12 kills on the previous map, and he's down already. Iroh finished him off.
I mean, the RG players last game, just overall, I mean, I think it was him and Vanti actually doing the most of the damage. Right? Vanti has already been knocked once now, and as you said right there, Ribbons has already been taken out, and there are only 4 guys down there. Look at the split now from the Turkish team, taking a lot of control, but as you can see as well, the cavalry is indeed arriving for Hungary.
I like the split on the Turkish side right now. I think they're doing good with that, not creating that one big pile up of players right now, which is what Hungary does. But Hungary still plays down the elevation, which is great. And they got the slight advantage in environment.
Issue for Hungary is that they're sort of ganging up on areas where there is 1 tree, 2 trees, a shack, and it's just limited how many people you can really sit down there and actually have cover for. Whereas to the Turkish teams, they're stacking up, sure, but they're doing it in positions where they have that much more sort of room to spread out and still be active. If you put 4 guys in a shack, only 1 guy can look out the door, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's not much space.
Exactly.
And Sicario taking those shots, not really connecting any so far. Hungary, they now face a very fragmented Turkish side, which might work in favor. But I'm not sure if the Turkish guys are actually firing at themselves down there. I think 1,000 days and
That's the name now, by the way.
Shall at his own people.
Also, Rita, I mean, she has a chance to do some damage here. You can see she's looking up towards the combat, actually expecting a more northern flank. She is the in-game leader for her team on a daily basis, so clearly a lot of thought, even though she's not the one calling the overall shots. She might be like the sub commander. Is that a thing? What's the thing below a commander?
There has to be a
lieutenant, sergeant, something like that. A platoon.
Did you ever went to the military?
No, my dad did. Does that count?
It's the same on my side. We have to out ourselves right now. It's like, nope, I never went there. So, oh, with that team, like with the Hungarian team, right in between a triangle of death here created by the Turkish side. They're doing a great job with split. But Hungary tries to copy that now. Look at it. They try to set up. They obviously got the bigger groups, which might work a bit in their favor.
And looking at the map here, as I said earlier, the fact that Polaroid went up there so early to that compound, imagine had you had Hungary up there. They would have they would be sitting on 70% of the circle. Yeah. But now, because they didn't get that spot, all the Hungarian players are forced to go all the way back up the hill towards that warehouse. And that's going to give so much, technically not room for Turkey, because they can't just run out there and sit there because it's open, but it's going to force them back by such a big margin.
Welcome to MTV Shack.
That's it.
Raven's
the shortest episode ever.
MTV Shack.
This is my shack.
That's the door, 4 walls,
the end.
and a roof. Goodbye. That's the episode we just saw there. 10 seconds with our host, Raven Rules. But you're right. The quick reaction on the Turkish side for that rotation might pay off, and it would be crucial for this game.
I think you can describe that shack as the house that everyone builds the first time around in Sims. 4 walls, a window, and a door.
No, I can tell you my Sims house look completely different.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the shank. The flank from Shaxi.
Look at my shack.
Look at
shack
the
is amazing.
Look at the shank from Shaxi. The flank from Shaxi. He's full on committed to it as well. As I say that, he is jumping off the vehicle. And Sigaro now needs some backup because there are multiple players coming in. It's the entirety of Fenerbahce saying, you know what, we'll pull up on this. And, well, I mean, they're having great success doing it right now.
Yeah, Sicario, he also fell, obviously, there. You're right. They were all pushing into his small shack because they obviously saw that one episode on MTV Shack. They were like, we're getting ourselves one. And that one seems to be open and free, but it wasn't.
And look at the control they get off of going up there. They all of a sudden pin all the players in the middle down. Now they get the angle on towards them. They couldn't shoot at them just before, but look at how open and exposed they are from this spot.
once again, we might see that the attacking team has the easier job.
Yeah. Could become the...
Because the current setup is in favor of the Hungarian team. But if Turkey just pushes hard and just commits to it, it might work. Because Hungary does have so many targets, they don't know where to finish off first. I mean, it just makes the job harder.
Turkey has lost 2 players in all of this. Very impressive that they, despite the fact that they didn't really have the best spot to be in, have been able to pull it off to the extent that they have. New Circle is going to pop now as well. Turkey is pushing on forward, trying to get themselves some control, and it has gone down towards them, actually. So if they can take control of this shack, which it looks like Mert is going to try and do right now, that's going to be very, very, very difficult for the Hungarian team to push down that hill.
Once again, that shack is... You see a major party in the attack, something they can hide. Mert is currently doing that, hiding behind it, but he got the enemy right around the corner. He's coming around, but Adam is finishing him off way too quick, but then support coming in, drop in, gets photo ops. So it seems like working for Turkey. Flyplay still playing that shack game here, still alive.
Full-on swarm coming in now. Ply doing everything again. He was one of the initial players to go up here and take control of the shack, but he most likely also will be one of the last players to go down around this area, because I don't think the Hungarian players can really commit to this. They do try to make their way on down. Now Stabis is full-on sending it after his teammates go down. There you go. The cavalry is coming on in, and that's another 3 players in the area. And Bly's actually buying his team a hell of a lot of time here.
Yeah, really, they're standing strong there. I expected them to lose out there way quicker. Down to 20 now on the Hungarian side. Seems like the Turkish push is really working for them.
Yeah.
Stabis, no chance to run away. There are just too many rat enemies around him. Also level up, he will probably be in danger here. Katurkan? Oh, man!
Is that a name?
Katurkan.
Control RKN.
Control RKN.
It's like CTR.
Control Katurkan.
That is his name now. It sounds like a Turkic.
I'm pretty sure that Twitch chat will be all over us like that. It's called like this, pronounced like this. I'm really sorry.
At least they'll tell us, and then we'll know for the
I need
future,
to look
right?
that. I need to look that.
So no hard feelings. Just tell us what it is, and we'll do it correctly from now on.
We'll do our best. Chris the Beast. He fell. Also level up is finally down and flushed. Fenerbahce and Lipson fell on the Turkish side. 15, 14 to 24 now. 10 difference now. Turkey might have the upper hand here. They could send us all to Senok onto a 3rd map.
They have been doing well with the push, the control down towards this area. I mean, everything they didn't do last game, as far as taking control and daring to go to some of these spots, they made work this game. So very, very impressive comeback for them, that's for sure.
So some winners. Conte! Oh!
That's an explosion.
Oh, Vic Reigns, he was so unlucky there. He might have the whole team. Well, then that grenade interrupted his run still. The Turkish forces make sure that they get the whole group there. Ravens, Esmak.
I think Kodiak just knocked his 4th teammate for those nades. That's impressive.
He knocked 4 teammates.
Yeah, with those nades.
Probably a new record.
Supra, you're kind of on your own and alone. Look at the control they've taken. Impressive.
They've got the whole circle. It's only 8 Hungarians left. And this looks like Turkey reigning supreme here on map 2. On the 2nd time they go to Erangel. They definitely improved the game. They dared. The shack is finally falling. Fire to celebrate the win of Turkey, taking this to a tie. And that means for the 3rd time in a row since yesterday, we're going